Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to BLB Talks. And today we'll be discussing the recent trade between the New Orleans Pelicans and the Memphis Grizzlies. So I think the New Orleans Pelicans made out very well in this trade, right? I think that getting Jonas Valanciunas is a guy who fits a lot better around Zion, a lot better around Ingram, and it makes defenses have to respect some type of outside shooting now, right? With Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams, defenses in the regular season were really able to just pack the paint against the New Orleans Pelicans, and that would kind of take away from Zion's dominance and even Brandon Ingram to a certain point, forcing them into really tough mid-range jumpers or just kind of having to settle as a three-point shooter. Now with Jonas Valanciunas in there, you can realistically space the paint a lot better. And depending on whatever point guard they bring in with the cap space they now have, you could look at maybe Kyle Lowry and Jonas Valanciunas around Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. That to me is enough for at least the Pelicans to make the playoffs, right? And get Zion and Brandon Ingram some much needed playoff experience. On top of that, it's great for the league because, again, the league has been trying to get Zion Williamson in the NBA playoffs for the last 2 years, whether it was the bubble or whether it was this new play-in tournament. They're really trying to make sure that they get their best attraction, which is Zion Williamson, because of his freakish athletic ability. Trying to get one of their best draws in the playoffs. So I do believe that this benefits the Pelicans. It benefits the league indirectly. But this trade also benefits the Memphis Grizzlies as well. The Memphis Grizzlies have been trying to move up in the draft to kind of acquire someone like a Jonathan Kuminga, a James Bouknight, and they have the ammo to do that now. They have the number 10 pick. They have expiring contracts all over their roster. They have Eric Bledsoe, who seems to be on the move based on reports. And now they can really build this team around the ages of their two most important players, which are Jaren Jackson and Ja Morant, and even Dylan Brooks to a degree. You want guys who are a little bit younger. Jonas Valanciunas is 28 years old, so that's a little bit outside of the age frame that I'm sure the Memphis Grizzlies are trying to work with their two best players. So making a trade for guys who can get you a younger guy who fits, like Jonathan Kuminga is a wing who's very big, very strong, very good on the break, has to develop as a shooter, obviously, but with his work ethic, I think that he can easily develop those skills. You even see him in the gym this offseason. He has videos out him just making shot after shot after shot. And I think a kid with that type of work ethic, a kid who's that fearless, a kid who took a risk to play in the G League this year instead of going to college and getting the exposure that people like Cade Cunningham and Jalen Suggs got, I think that takes a lot of guts, and I like that mentality. And I think the Memphis Grizzlies like that mentality as well. So I do believe doing everything you can to get someone like him, or maybe even a guy like James Bouknight, fits this team a lot better than what Jonas was doing. And he was helping them win in the immediate future. But if you're the Memphis Grizzlies, you're looking more 3-4 years out opposed to next year success, right? So yeah, back with the New Orleans Pelicans, it's very interesting with this deal because it frees up $30+ million, right? That type of cap space can be used to re-sign Lonzo Ball or match whatever offer he may receive in the restricted free agency. So that is very plausible, and it might be the reason why they made this deal. In my opinion, I don't think that Lonzo really fits around Ingram. In my opinion, I don't really think Ball fits around Zion and Brandon Ingram, mainly because of his inability to really score outside of the paint in the three-point line. You kind of need guys who, when you run a pick and roll with Zion or you run a pick and roll with Jonas Valanciunas, they're a threat to scoring the pick and roll. That's kind of what makes the PNR so difficult to guard. Is because the point guard normally, like if you think about like Damian Lillard, if you think about Chris Paul, Steph Curry, even guys like Ja Morant, they have that ability to hit that little floater in the paint. They can kind of step back, hit a little midi. They can kind of play in between their defenders, draw a foul. Trae Young is really good at that. So you gotta need your point guard to be able to score in the painted area, right? Because most bigs drop now in the NBA. They drop defense. So it gives you that space. And I don't think Lonzo is good enough to consistently score when the space is given to him. And then you're thinking about point guards that they could get, like a Kyle Lowry, as I mentioned earlier. You're thinking about Devontae Graham. Even a Spencer Dinwiddie wouldn't be bad in New Orleans. Just a guy who can score on all three levels, right? You need more shot creation. You need more scoring if you're the Pelicans around Brandon Ingram and Zion Williamson. But now that they have Jonas Valanciunas, I think that just makes them more difficult to guard. It gives them another offensive option. Eric Bledsoe and Steven Adams weren't really what I would call options on offense. They were more of guys who kind of did the dirty work. They played really good defense. They were good at what they did. But the New Orleans Pelicans need offense in the worst way possible. And they need a point guard who can be the centerpiece of that offense. So yeah, I think that this creates a lot of space for New Orleans Pelicans. And I also think this is exciting for the fans because it shows a willingness to build around Zion and to cater to Zion. And by all the reports that were happening earlier this summer about how Zion wanted out and his family wanted out for Zion, to see that the Pelicans are fully committing to him, doing everything that they can to give Zion the pieces in order for him to be successful, I think that has to look good if you're the Zion Williamson family, right? So yeah, I think that that's really good for the Pelicans. Then going back to the Memphis Grizzlies, you're looking at a team right now with Ja Morant, Dillon Brooks, and Jaren Jackson. They have their core. I'm excited to see who they draft this Thursday. I think that's the most exciting part of this is do they stay at 10? Do they trade 10? Do they move up? Are they able to move up? Who are they targeting? You know, and I think this Memphis Grizzlies team, depending on who they get, could be very exciting next year. Very exciting. They're already a very fun team to watch. But if you add somebody with the athleticism of Kuminga or Bo Knight next to Ja Morant, could you imagine all the missed dunk attempts, the crazy missed dunk attempts from Ja Morant and James Bo Knight? You know what I'm saying? Like, that would be amazing, you know? They're both crafty finishers. They're very fun. They're electric. And they would really excite the crowd down there in Memphis, right? So that's one thing I'm very excited for Memphis. I think this was a great trade for both teams. I think it addressed both teams' needs. And I think this trade kind of fit where both teams are in the timeline, you know, for their teams. Memphis, they want to be good, but they want to be great in the future. The Pelicans are kind of in panic mode where they need to be great as soon as possible. And I think the Pelicans have more talent, so it'd be easier to kind of transform their team into a contender. But yeah, that's all that I have on this trade. Very exciting. It's the NBA offseason, baby. You know, it's going to be some crazy stuff happening. It's going to be some crazy trades, unexpected trades, and I'm here for all of it, okay? So yeah, thank you guys for watching. If you liked the video, hit that like button. If you would like to subscribe to my channel, it's very new. I'm looking to grow, get you guys content out here daily, and high quality content as well. I'm going to do some reaction videos here and there. I'm going to do some more videos on NBA trades. And when things like this happen, like immediate trades and signings, I'll be looking to make videos on those as well. So yeah, guys, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.